That's too easy. You never heard of me? Stupid.
Welcome to an all-new episode of What Now, where we take the hottest sports topics, dissect them, correct them, and bring them to you from our perspective. I'm Jamie, and along with me is Tobias, Tyreek, and Malin. What up?
What up?
Good to be back. Good to be back.
I thought you usually said my name
last
first.
week, but it's good to be back.
Man, we don't care about none of that, bro. We don't care about none of that.
No, we decided to not kick him off,
Nah, he's still kicked in my book.
Look, like I said, it's good to be back. Happy to be back with y'all.
No,
I
I
guess
don't
we
see
How
harm.
we doing?
We kicked the light skin off.
You see, that was a better choice. You know what I mean?
Good grief. Malin, your hair kind of looks nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Did you just get it retwisted?
By the time, my
No,
boy.
I actually need to get it retwisted.
Wait, but it looks good though. Oh
I
wait,
just got a haircut.
I can kind of see that you need to, but I
Yeah.
couldn't tell.
I just got a haircut. I got the fade intact.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't see it.
Quit. See, there he go hating. He just like to hate. We're gonna get him a hater jersey this year.
Certified hater.
My fault, gang. I'm just playing. How you been, man? How was your off season?
You know, it's pretty good. Did a lot of working. About it.
What's one thing that you happy about since the last time you've been on the podcast?
Like in general?
Yeah, in life. One thing you're grateful for.
See, those are two different things, though.
All right, one thing you're happy about.
Why you make this difficult?
I'm happy that I moved 40 minutes down the road, so I'm not still in Statesboro. So I'm
What?
happy.
Wait, you don't live in the borough?
No.
Oh.
I thought I told you that.
You never told me
Nah,
that.
you told me that.
Oh.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I told somebody. I told somebody.
Wow. All right.
Somebody knows.
Nice. Well, that's good. Are you closer to your job?
Yeah. Instead of a 55-minute drive, it's more like 20.
Where do you live? Pooler?
Basically, it's Bloomingdale, but we're going to say Cougar because it's right there.
I
Drop
lived in
your
Pooler
address.
for a minute, so
Really?
I drove through there. Nice.
You're in the boonies, buddy.
Drop your address.
No.
You gonna have-
All right. Shall we get after it?
Let's do it.
Well, Jalen's not on now, but Jalen doesn't really care about college football. Don't tell him I said that.
Don't tell them.
So let's do our let's do our college football prediction, but quickly, do you guys want to touch on the game last week or?
Oh, yeah.
So does FSU suck? Is Georgia Tech decent? I also hate when games end that way. Sorry, like a walk-off field goal. That's boring to me. Boo. Where's the action? It was
How
a
is
long
it supposed to
field goal.
end?
Huh?
How would it be? What would be
I don't
more
know.
exciting?
I just meh.
College football off to a bad start, huh?
No.
That's not
But-
what.
That's not at all. That's not at all.
But I think FSU, I'm not surprised that they didn't come out and like blow us away. They lost a lot of people.
Y'all know I've been a Tech fan my whole life, right?
All right. Should we do college
Here we
football
go.
predictions when Jalen and Tyreek are not on?
That's probably what we have to do.
Can we mute him? Can we like force him for this?
Listen, I got things to say about college football, but
Right.
But now the game, I won't say Florida State. I mean, they don't suck. They got
problems.
problems. They do have a good bit of people from last year. They played a decent game. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to say it's all his fault, but DJ Ukulele, that's what I'm gonna call him.
Ukulele.
Good.
Oh my
Please.
goodness.
DJ Ukulele is not good. He is probably, I'm not gonna say the biggest buzz, but he should have came in as like a 3-star instead of 5 because the 5 gave him all this hype. Everybody's been getting him chance after chance, and he's just not it.
He did good at Oregon State. Let's be honest. He did his thing at Oregon State.
He did
To
okay.
argue, Nah, it was his best year. I mean, statistically, that was his best
Last
year
year?
he's had in
So
career.
what? Or are the lights too bright for him? Because if he did good at Oregon State, no big games.
I think I think he does good. Like if it's the offense is just centered around him. Like at Clemson, their whole scheme is based off power running the football, and that opens up the pass, and then it's just deep shots everywhere. That's what it's set up here. Florida State is very similar. They want to run, they want to get the run started, and then they just start taking deep shots everywhere. That system didn't work from at Clemson. I don't know why people thought it was going to work here at Florida State, but the system where he thrived in at Oregon State is this air raid, shoot 'em up, fast paced ball. So yeah, I think he's in the wrong system. I also think Florida State. I do think it's funny, and we should point it out that Florida State did all this whining, moaning, complaining about how they got left out of college football playoff. They get blown out by UGA, and right after that, threaten that hey, we're just gonna leave the ACC so this doesn't happen again. They threatened to do it in the first game, ACC in Ireland, national television, the only college football game on in the world at the time. Everybody, all eyes on them, and they lose to it. They lose to a bunch of tech kids. You lost to a bunch of nerds.
Hey, hold on. I was just getting ready to say, Tech is a lot better than what people are
They
giving
are.
credit for.
They are.
People
I would say
they
are.
were a sneaky pick before the season started, but I can see why Haynes
Nah,
King, he's
this
going to
was
be a top quarterback this year.
this is
Still,
this was Tech Super Bowl. I don't think they'll continue playing this well.
nah. I think Tech gonna be straight. Tech gonna be
I
straight.
like that you said that it's their Super Bowl because I can feel that, but at the same time, they might still lose like 3 or 4 games, but however many wins season for Tech is good. That's building like what's their head coach's name? This is on like his 3rd year there, so 2 to 3 years with
Let me get it.
his system being in his players. So like if they win the ACC somehow or come in second, that's just building on the next year. I see Tech being good for the next couple years, and they just got like a 5-star flip the other day too.
They play Georgia State next week or on Saturday.
It should. That's gonna be a test. We'll see.
I bet Georgia State win.
Well, Georgia
You
Tech,
crazy, bro.
Georgia Tech recently though in the past underneath him, they're actually really good against the spread. But it's just when they actually spread favors them, they're not really.
When they have expectations when they don't play well.
But also, real quick, Tobias, so for quarterbacks, when does it come to a point to where you are not just solely dependent on a certain scheme to be a good quarterback?
Can you say it again? Say it again.
Yeah.
I said, when does it? What point does it get to where a so-called supposed to be really good quarterback doesn't rely on a scheme to be good? Like, where does that separation
It can
come
be.
into?
I think it's you rephrase it the end part to be really good, and to be a really good quarterback, I think you have to maybe not thrive but do well in most schemes. That's what makes you a really good quarterback. You're versatile. You're flexible. To be a really good player, and you're not a quarterback, a really good player, you have to be able. I think it's just me. It's not me stating the fact. I believe that you should be able to not thrive, excuse me, but do well in any scheme. Whenever you're solely dependent on the scheme, you're a system player. That means you're not that good. You're just a system player. Intent. I'm not going to actually. Let's not start that.
No, you about to
Hey,
say.
no, I wanted this to come out.
I'm not gonna bring him into this.
But I think that's unrealistic because you're only playing in one scheme. I think the answer to that question should be you should be elite in your scheme because you're only in your scheme. But then if something breaks down, you're supposed to be able to like mid play and it throws your scheme out the window. Then you should be able to do whatever you need to do to make a positive play. If that makes sense.
I agree with that because I was about to refer this back to Lamar. Like Lamar, when he first started in the NFL, like they had to fit the scheme to him. Like it was fit for him to run the ball. But then over time, I think it was in the offseason, they flipped it. Lamar, we need you to start throwing the ball, and he was actually able to do it. That's a good quarterback. He's able to adapt at that point. When you're not able to adapt, DJ, for example, he's not able to adapt. He may be a good quarterback, but he's not a 5-star quarterback like he's advertised. I would say 3-star. I'm gonna say 4-star. I'll meet you in the middle. I think he should be a lower 4-star, but he's definitely a plus. Definitely is a plus.
All right, let's talk this week. Sorry, my computer's lagging. Do we have any upset predictions for the week? And do we need me to talk about some of these?
Clemson.
Yes, I would agree. I hope that'll be a good
Yeah.
game.
Who they playing again?
Georgia.
Georgia, right? Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia.
So,
Nah.
can I ask why that was your
Because he
first?
wants to see it. That's
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm not gonna lie. Let me be realistic here. I try. I really did try today in the little time I had to come up with something to like make an art case, but I think Georgia's gonna squeak it out. But my gut feeling, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Georgia's not focused, they're gonna get upset because Clemson always comes prepared to play defense. They always do, especially
I've
against
got a
big
good
games like
one.
that. He gets prepared. Yeah, who? Yeah, go ahead, spit it out. Let's
Sorry.
hear it.
San Diego State, Oklahoma State.
Hmm,
Hmm.
really?
Mm.
What was San Diego State's preview? What's San Diego? Are they ranked?
Didn't they like do? They're not right now, and neither is Oklahoma State. But didn't they do decent for a couple weeks last year, or
They
am I
did.
making that up?
San Diego State was good last year, I think.
Also, Florida, Miami, that would be one to potentially watch.
What about Penn State and West Virginia?
That was my pick.
Mhm.
Oh, I got West
Virginia is gonna be
I got
good.
West Virginia. West Virginia's gonna be really good. I got West Virginia in that one. I think Penn State. Honestly, I think after this year, James Franklin's gonna be in a hot seat because Penn State. I mean, they retained a lot of their roster, but the Big Ten is getting easier. It got harder for them. You still got Ohio State. You're gonna have Oregon now. I think USC's competition for them, Michigan's competition for them. I mean, heck, Iowa's competition for them, to be honest. The Big Ten to get easy for them. So.
Iowa's defense is always competition. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Whatever they're ranked, whatever.
Thank you, Elijah. Hope you're listening right now because we had a whole debate about this.
Iowa, they might not be a top team ever, but that defense for the last 10 years has been elite.
They're raw. But back to who were you on? Penn State and West Virginia. I think it's at West Virginia this year too.
Yes.
So, so I got West Virginia on that upset.
Also, sneaky one. Not that I'm a fan of or really have any faith in A&M, but I think they might could upset Notre Dame.
Oh, that's gonna
A&M's
happen.
at home.
Oh, if Notre Dame wins that one, that's a whole different tone. That's a program win, program defining win for Marcus Freeman because Notre Dame's been known in the past to lose these type of games.
And they're already ranked 70. You know how they do when they're ranked high early.
Yeah, Marcus Freeman. Yeah, it's Marcus Freeman. If they win this one, that's going to change the whole tone of football in South Bend. Definitely.
All right, so let's hear y'all's conference champions. So you can start with the ACC. I don't know if you want to go round robin or if you want someone to just say it all.
How y'all want to do it?
Now we go round robin, so we can compare our picks.
All right, so ACC, Tyreek, you first. I'm just gonna go around the circle and I'll go last.
I like to go first.
Elias, would you like to go first?
Oh yeah, so I'll go first. Yeah, ACC, I'm gonna go Miami. I think, especially after we saw what we saw from Florida State, they obviously got things to work through. The ACC is just gonna be like another Big 12 this. I think it's gonna be another Big 12 this year. I think Miami's gonna win based off some crazy finale with the ACC. Someone had
their way in.
Yeah, they're gonna get back the way in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Miami for this.
I'm not because I'm losing to Florida this week.
Well, I was thinking Miami as well, but
copycat. Why you copying?
No, I will say because Miami is my pick, but I will say if depending on how Clemson plays this weekend, I think they can go back and reset it to where it used to be, and they could just run the table. But it all depends on how they play.
If they get blown out, Clemson's done.
Yeah.
My coworkers, my Clemson coworkers, my Clemson buddies. I'm sorry, but if y'all get blown out, it's over with. The dynasty is
it's better that this game is early in the season for them.
Yes, I agree.
That's true.
You could claw your way back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I go.
But I just want to see how they play.
I think even if they get blown out though, and they go like undefeated and play well the rest of the year, because it's 12 teams. Also, remember too now, so
It's gonna
they
have to be a
don't.
low scoring game for them if they want to do it.
But I'll go Clemson. Be on the safe side,
Okay.
and because the game is early.
You got Clemson, two Miamis, and then you had Jamie. Who'd you get? Oh, she walked away.
We'll let her say. We can go to the next one.
Yeah.
The Big Ten.
Let's see your thoughts, Tobias.
We'll let Jamie say both of them.
Big Ten. I'm gonna first off by surface this, and I'm gonna put on my Tyreek cap here. If any of you believe in this Ohio State team, you don't know God football. Ohio State has been like this. Maybe not to this level. This is like the most hyped I've ever seen them. They have been hyped up every single offseason for the last 6-7 years, maybe. I don't think nothing's changed then. Nothing's gonna change now. Until Ryan Day can get that team to actually be physical and put the paper, whatever you see on paper on field, it's not gonna work.
But a few have left their mark as all-time greats. Here's a look at some of the greats.
We hear something in the background, whoever it is.
We'll start with the home former walking away.
Hey, what you
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think that was me.
Hey, bro he got his takes in the background already recorded.
Yeah, but I got Oregon though.
I was looking at the conference realignment to make sure I knew who everybody's conference.
I got Maryland. It's like no, I got I got Ohio State. You know I gotta stick with my team. Oh, we lost another one.
I think Ohio State can take it this year finally.
Michigan
will probably be out of the way.
That's what I'm saying. Who is their real competition this year in the Big Ten?
Oregon and USC and Penn State.
The thing is, them teams gonna have to play each other. They're gonna knock each other out. And like as long as Ohio State don't lose to somebody like stupid, like Purdue.
That's the thing. They very well could. Because while I do think Will Howard is way better than what's his face from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Games like how he lost, I forget what game did they lose? Ohio State, they lost a game they should have won.
They lost to Michigan. That was it. That was the only game they lost.
That was it. Well, they had a lot of close games.
It was a close game there.
It's Penn State. Penn State. They almost lost.
Was it Maryland too? I think Maryland was close until like the middle of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Maryland was close because Towler or whatever, Tua's little brother, actually played good. And
I was hoping.
So as long as Ohio State doesn't lose any of those crazy games, they can just do what they do.
No, Ohio State is going to lose to Oregon because Oregon is kind of shaped like a better Michigan in a way that they can turn on the switch to go high scoring quicker. Like Michigan's not built for that. Michigan's built to just run the ball. Oregon can run the ball down your throat and then start throwing it immediately. So I think Oregon is going to be their toughest test. It's a mere reflection of them.
I mean, that's what I said too, and I said USC and all that. But like Reed said, since the conference has gotten bigger and has better teams and all that, they're gonna be just knocking each other out. Even though you can still lose 2 to 3 potentially. How would that play out at the end if everybody at least loses to each other once or twice?
I heard Purdue, and that is a team that isn't like considered elite, but they always ruin somebody's season. Always, it's somebody. And I think Oregon's going to get tough. I think, and I said Oregon's going to win it, but I feel like they're going to struggle because they don't have an advantage here. Michigan, Ohio State, Purdue, Penn State, they're familiar with each other. Oregon has never played any of us besides Ohio State recently. They're a team that they're kind of familiar with. So
that might be a benefit for them too, though, because none of them teams aren't used to playing Oregon. They might come up. Oregon might shock them out of nowhere and play some type of football that they ain't never seen before or they don't see often.
Oregon also has Dylan Gabriel now, which I freaking just remembered.
I don't know about him.
Everybody's got him up at the top of the Heisman boards. Is he gonna be that good?
I don't know about that.
In the Big Ten, because the Big Ten isn't like the Big 12. Like Dylan Gabriel is a shoot 'em up deep shot quarterback. That's The only team that does that in the Big Ten successfully is Ohio State. And even that, when they face tougher teams like Penn State and Michigan, they got to run the ball. Like, they know that they got to be able to run the ball to win. And I just don't know. I don't know.
Jamie,
Well, they
who-
run if he executes that system like Bo Nix, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if he can learn how to dink and dunk, he can play more as a pro style quarterback and not a Oklahoma Sooner. He'll be fine.
Jamie,
That's not a shot. That's not a shot.
who was your champions for ACC and SEC? Or
Clemson,
ACC and Big
or
Ten.
ACC and Big Ten, yeah.
Clemson, ACC, Big Ten.
Just
Go
go ahead and
Blue.
say
I want to
Michigan.
say
Ohio.
State.
Who'd you say?
Penn State.
Oh,
Okay.
you're a believer in James Franklin.
It'd be fun.
That would be a college football headline for the decade right there.
And
The
it could
Penn
be
State
fun.
finally gets
Not the
Wonderful.
decade, bro. Because do you know that if the 12-team playoff would have been intact the last, I think it was like 8 years, Penn State would have made it like 6 out of 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
because they can never win the games that matter. They never can. They never win the game.
But it always ranked towards the
Sounds
top,
like
so
Oklahoma.
it wouldn't be like some historical moment.
I don't know. I
It'd
feel like
just be
they
them
would
doing what they usually do.
They would feel how Michigan felt. I'm not gonna lie.
Only if they made it to like the Final Four. That's when it would get different.
Tobias, you better be lucky your team won before this playoffs thing started.
What? Me too.
I was like, everybody remember.
But Georgia got a chance to still. They got a better chance than Michigan to
I
still
don't know.
go all the way out.
Yeah, this year.
I don't know, bro. I think
What
it's.
do you mean you don't
tough.
know?
I said listen, this is what I'm about to say. I said it's tough regardless of who you are. If you're a top 5-star or not, you have what 3 extra games. You got to play. Like it's like Georgia's used to know like even when we faced Alabama and I was watching Georgia, you could see their demeanors, like the players' demeanors, like they had been here before, they knew what to do. They got this one game, let's knock that out. Second game, let's give our all, knock that out. Then you're gonna have like an extra, depending on where you see that, you could have an additional 1 game or 2 games. You gotta have to pace yourself because those 2 games, Alabama and Georgia clearly put everything they had was out.
And that's just because it was against each other. Like, say we get a game versus that 9 through 12 seed. I'm not gonna say they're gonna take it easy, but it means more playing Bama than it would playing TCU again or something like that.
When y'all faced Michigan that first time, that was a different team than what we saw in the SEC championship and what we saw earlier that year against Clemson. That was a different team. The team we saw
that was
in
the end of the season.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying though, like this playoff system is different. Like you can't approach it the same. You could tell like with those SEC with Alabama and Georgia, they're there often. They know what it takes to win a championship. And what that takes is those 2 games. It takes the coaches and the players to put everything that they have out on the field at that time. You can't do that no more. Now you actually got to learn how to plan this thing out. You have 4 games you got to win. And do you think they can give 200% all 4 games versus 2 games?
I mean, it's just like the NFL playoff. So I mean, I understand. I definitely see what you mean, but that they'll just be taking some off the gas during the regular season. I think because obviously none of us have been in a high level impact game, but any type of real deal intense competition, you lock in. You know when it's really turning on.
Yeah.
So like maybe the wear and tear will weigh a little more, but that mentality is still gonna be there to get it done, knock it out. You know what I mean?
It's going. Excuse me. The playoff system definitely going to test their mental toughness. I think. Like the first 2 games, I can see them being fired up, but the 3rd, 4th game,
that 3rd game, that's the killer because it's not not quite the championship.
exactly.
So that adds a different level, but
you really got to lock in.
it's like we can't stop here. So like, yeah, you got to lock in. It's a different lock in, but I think they'll after that first game of the playoff, they'll look at him and be like, all right, we can't keep doing that. because, like you said, that first one they probably gonna go all out.
And I know we're going far on time with this topic, but like just my last thing, but with the playoff system though, is I think it's really good now for some of these coaches to have former NFL staff on the team because they know what it takes, and they can start. They're probably doing it already this whole offseason. Is training their players mentally. You know, some of those strength and condition trainers, those in the NFL, they know what it takes to actually play those four games. I think it's what 4 games in the NFL. Those four playoff games. They know the type of concentration it takes. They know the strength and conditioning that it takes. So that's gonna be a huge advantage for those teams.
Okay. SEC.
I'll go first for this one because we already put that hand down. Oh my God.
Me?
No, you see it.
You
But it's-
see it?
Have you
But
lost
it's
your
gonna
mind?
be the dogs.
Have you lost your freaking mind?
I'm telling you, get on it because that was atrocious.
Can
to
we
see that
kick
on
him
my
out?
screen.
Because what is that?
It'd be wild if Texas wins.
You
They'd
guys
have
would
a
not hear from
chance.
me.
I just looked
They
at
definitely have a
Texas.
chance.
I just
But
looked at Texas schedule. They schedule all over the place.
Do they got some cupcakes?
the whole SEC schedule
mean,
is out of whack right now.
They got like Michigan, obviously Georgia. They
Like
just
somebody-
most of their schedule is easy. Not easy, but like light game.
Random.
Like
Let's
outside
talk
of Georgia,
about poor Florida. Golly.
Florida has the hardest
Pick them
schedule
while they're
ever.
down.
Like, good God.
outside of Georgia, Texas hardest game is, well, I mean, I guess Michigan. Or
Probably like Ole Miss or something.
Texas A&M, Oklahoma. Oh, they got Oklahoma, but
Texas's schedule looks like a 12-year-old made it on dynasty mode.
yeah,
Like, it don't look real.
it's all over the place. That's why I think it'll be good for them. Because Georgia, especially if Georgia lose a game or two somehow, and Texas just
I can see us dropping Texas. It's in Austin, early
Yeah.
season. I can see it happening.
I
It's
can
like
see them
midseason.
go. I can see them making a playoff run too. I mean,
That's what I'm
to
saying.
Reed's
Texas has
point,
a good chance.
If they
Texas,
got-
Georgia, and Bama all have the same amount of chance, in my opinion.
if
they'll be battle
Texas
tested.
make the playoffs with this schedule, they don't play different types of football all season, so they'll be used to. They wouldn't be shocked by any type of football,
Yep,
and so they could do something.
that'd be real interesting. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I still got the dogs win.
My dog's at.
See, I was gonna say Texas, but I really don't want to, so I'm not. So I'm gonna go with UGA, even though I hate them both.
Why wouldn't
I
you
ain't
hate Texas more though?
I
ain't
do.
gonna lie.
That's why I'm
I'd rather-
saying UGA.
I'd rather do Texas than UGA. I'm not even gonna lie with you.
It's all based on a hate, man.
Yeah.
That's
I-
crazy when
I-
you see how
I
it
had-
comes when it comes to the SEC teams.
I had analysis.
It's all about hate.
I had analysis for mine. Theirs is based off of hate.
No, I think Georgia's
What's
really good.
yours?
Me?
Yeah,
I said Texas.
and you say you have
You
analogy.
don't have
for it? What'd you say?
analysis.
I already gave my analysis on why I think Texas gonna win.
It's crazy. So nobody else. Well, Jamie said Georgia, but really she wants to say Texas. So no other teams. Nobody
No.
think Bama.
I
Nobody
don't think that Texas is gonna win or win the SEC, but I think they're gonna do. They're gonna do good. Unfortunately,
Nick
What
Saban
about-
didn't even pick Alabama.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
If Nick Saban didn't pick Alabama, I'm not picking Alabama.
I feel that. I feel that.
Watch out for Missouri.
South
What?
Carolina. I've been to their stadium, so I'm a fan now.
Watch
I'm a
out for
game-
Missouri,
I'm a
man.
Gamecock
That's all I'm
fan.
saying. They gave us fits last year, and they're bringing back virtually the same offense.
They gave y'all fits.
Yeah,
That should be more on y'all than them, right?
I mean, second year with the same team. Hey,
Yeah, y'all better be. Yeah, Georgia not winning.
look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm nervous about this year. I'm usually a little nervous before every season, but I'm nervous about this year just because of the new schedule. When playoff time comes, I'll feel a little better because I know we're gonna make it.
I hope y'all go back to losing. I'm not gonna lie.
You hope we what?
I hope y'all go back to losing.
he hopes the same for you, Tobias.
I don't have to hope because his team's gonna do it.
college football was so much better and more enjoyable when Georgia sucked. It was.
What are you talking about?
I could go places and not be barked at.
Nah, hey, Clay was on his Instagram story was barking on his story.
That makes me so freaking sick.
I'm not gonna lie. Before we won, when I used to hear the barking, I used to be a little embarrassed. Like, come on,
It's
y'all. Like,
embarrassing.
why are we doing this? But after we won, I'm like, hey,
Nice.
hey, let's get it going, y'all. Hey, we can bark all we want.
That's wild.
All right,
Where's it
who's your national champion?
I don't know.
You might not want to say nobody. I'm
I
gonna
think
go
it's gonna
Texas.
be someone out there. I hope it is.
I'm gonna go Texas or Clemson.
I'm gonna go Miami.
Not Clemson.
Ooh.
I
Miami.
already told y'all mine. Y'all see that flag in the background still hanging?
We can't see
Ain't nothing
it.
changed.
We can't see it.
You see the color.
I'm gonna go Miami. Miami.
No faith in your team this year?
They're not gonna do anything this year.
You see how quick they turn?
I just want us
Oh
to
my
win
God.
one game. We win that one game, I'm fine.
He gonna be living
Don't
off
act like you didn't know this was gonna happen.
Even so, like,
Did you not
where's
hear
the
what I
faith?
said?
You are a terrible fan. I would not want you root for my
What now,
team.
fans? What you're now witnessing is, a team just came off the mountain of glory, and we're cool now. That's all.
He gonna be living off of this championship for a long time. Just like his. Speaking of the next topic we're gonna talk
Hey,
about.
go, baby.
I just can't believe that. Like, you just so okay with that one ship. Like, I got 2 in the last 3, and I'm hungry. Like,
You
we
was
gotta keep
okay,
going.
man. You said, "Nah, man, don't start." You said the same exact thing when Georgia won. You said,
No, he
"I'm
didn't.
getting out.
He didn't say
I'm
that,
getting
Malin.
out."
I said if it happens, if we don't win another game, I'm good. But I'm still hopeful. He don't even have any faith in his team.
I didn't say it had
I never
faith.
said that.
I just said I'm good. I said we just need to win that one game, and I'm good, baby. I'm good.
I still cheer
Like
favorite
he's
for the
not gonna
Falcons.
be
So y'all know I'm die hard.
yelling at his TV.
Of course, I'm gonna be yelling at my TV.
No, you
but
ain't.
like, I'm also touching grass right now.
Nah, see-
I know what it takes. I know what it takes to win a national championship.
Please
You let that Mike Tomlin.
Shut up.
You like that Mike Tomlin blood just go to your head, being
So
mediocre.
speaking of
being
Mike
okay.
Tomlin,
Yeah, let's talk about my boy.
speaking of Mike Tomlin, do we think the Steelers have a serious quarterback problem?
He's shaking his head. No, what
I
you
don't
mean?
know. I don't know who put this blasphemy.
I put it in
Like
there.
Tobias
Oh, God.
isn't going to be slandering the Steelers all season in the chat.
I always do. I always do. But as of right now, the court. Listen, they just came from freaking Mason Rudolph, Mitchell Trubisky, and Kenny Pickett. Steelers fans, if y'all think we got a Steelers problem, you need to go to church and pray for more joy in your life and positivity, because you can get that bitterness and negativity out of your heart.
Listen.
Right now, what you gonna
Listen, bro. I'm not even gonna let you finish whatever you about to say. You last year you would have taken Mason Rudolph, Duck Hodges, Kenny Pickett, any of them over your backup quarterback right now.
Thank you.
Or to
Yes,
fire Matt
sir.
Canada.
I was getting ready to say it. Yes, sir.
Now,
And
come
I
right,
on.
pull up all them DMs, all them
Fair.
tweet shares, all them texts about how sorry and how much you hate Justin Fields. Bring them all up. Bring them up.
and guess
Listen,
what? Guess
you're
what?
right.
And
All
he
right.
about to he's still all preseason game done, and he still don't even have a starter named in your team.
Can I talk? Can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something?
Please, Tobias.
Even though you all are correct in your evidence that you're stating that I hated Justin Fields last year, but I love Mike Tomlin and I trust Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin with Justin Fields equals something can happen. I believe that Russ is the starting quarterback. That's me. I believe he is. I believe that with a little bit of time of Justin Fields sitting on the bench and learning from a veteran, not saying Russ is a GOAT, not saying Russ is a top 5 quarterback or anything, but him learning from a seasoned veteran, someone who's been to Super Bowl twice, I feel like he can learn from somebody like that. Him sitting behind him for a while can really benefit Justin. So Russ is a very safe pick. Justin is, I'm not going to say a safe backup. He's a better backup.
Mike
There
Tomlin.
obviously will be that.
Mike Tomlin has never groomed
I'm
the
starting.
quarterback. He's never groomed the quarterback because he inherited Ben Roethlisberger, who was already there when he started, and all them other 4 quarterbacks you just named are no longer on the team. Well, I don't know.
Thankfully, Mike Tomlin doesn't have to. He can talk, speak some wisdom into him and tell him, like, no, young man, you need to calm down because he's seen it. Actually, Mike Tomlin had a mature quarterback. Hold up, what? You know who Mike Tomlin learned from and got experience, got to see do greatness? Is one of the best quarterbacks of all time, Ben Roethlisberger, baby. Yes, I said what I said. I'm not gonna take it back, baby.
So why couldn't he
we
do
already
that?
talked about him.
So why couldn't he do that with Kenny Pickett and all them other quarterbacks you
Because
had?
Kenny Pickett sucked. Matt Canada sucked. Mitch Trubisky sucked. Mason Rudolph. I'm so sorry. I trashed you so much, but man, he gonna die a Pittsburgh legend forever in our hearts. Mason, we love you, boy. We love you. But
hold on. So you said your head coach doesn't have to develop a quarterback. All he has to do is speak some wisdom into him.
yeah,
And it's supposed to carry y'all somewhere.
You know who's gonna mentor him? It's that seasoned veteran, baby. He's just behind Russell. Russell already taking him under the wings, teach him a couple things. Yeah, dude.
Hey, bro, you realize that if Russ doesn't start week 1, he's probably played his last game in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. I believe it. But I don't know why. I think it's the media blown this thing out of proportion. Like everybody, you can ask any Steeler fan, and they're going to any regional Steeler fan is going to tell you that Russ is going to start. If Justin Fields starts, I'll be flabbergasted. Like I'm like, Russ, what you been doing? Because like from what I've seen, I mean, Justin got most of the reps their preseason, right? You can look that up. I think
Russ was hurt.
Russ was hurt. You say that, I guess. But
no, he didn't play the first preseason game because he was hurt.
Still, he took very minimum reps the next couple games. Still, I think Justin Fields
No,
he took majority of reps.
But then went half and half.
Half and half, okay. Russ still isn't getting more reps than Justin Fields at this point.
I just think the fact that Mike Tomlin is going to speak his mind, right? Regardless, I think just the fact that he hasn't said that Russ was the starter yet is a problem. Like
your starter, or potential starter played the last preseason game is a problem.
He did. I mean, Russ. I mean, also Mike Tomlin doesn't come off as a person that's always going to tell you what's on his mind. You say he likes to speak his mind. Yeah, he speaks his mind, but he doesn't always tell you his mind. That's why with the contract stuff, they kept talking about contract. What do you do about your contract? He never spoke his mind and stuff. We used to bring up other stuff about like situation with Le'Veon and all that. He never brought up Mike Tomlin. He's a man. The Bible says to let the left hand know what the right hand do. Mike Tomlin, he lives by that. He's not going to tell you everything that's on his mind and stuff. So why would he be open right now and say, yeah, we're gonna make our official statement, but like I'm leaning towards Russ. Like what? He doesn't have to come out now and say it.
Because if you had an actual starting legitimate quarterback, there would be no need to even have this conversation. If prime Big Ben was right here, right now versus Justin Fields, Mike Tomlin would be like, Big Ben's a starter.
Because Big Ben done a lot for Pittsburgh. Russ ain't really done nothing. And then
Regardless,
why would you?
It could be anybody.
But even if you go out and say that early, even if you say that early too, this is an additional thing. Like Justin Fields is a young quarterback. Like why? First of all, this is already seen as a competition right now. You told both of them you guys are going to compete for the starting job right now. Mike Tomlin's giving them all enough time. That's why he said at the end of the workday, he's giving them all the equal amount of time to do this. He's not going to say, all right, I already see a winner right now. He's giving them each other both a chance. All right. They don't have a quarterback problem. They don't.
The perfect way to close this out is to just.
That was so weak, though.
I think I'd like to ask all Cal fans, when you lay your head at night on your pillow and you go to say your prayers, please keep Tobias at the top of the list. I think he's going to need him.
He definitely will.
That very first game, he's going to be asking for Justin Fields.
Good grief. He's going to be begging on his knees.
And you don't want us to blow y'all out because you're not going to hear the end of it.
Whoa. What happened in the preseason that is just not giving everybody all this confidence?
Not y'all play Monday night?
Who was confident in that quarterback room in the first place?
Look better than listen. It looked better than before. That's how I know y'all don't know what about it. It looked better than before. I'm actually optimistic.
Does it?
Yes. worse than Kenny Pickett? Okay, y'all didn't stop listening to the media. Stop listening to ESPN.
I bet you.
Even besides the quarterback,
Oh
I
my
just don't
goodness.
trust y'all's offense at all.
It's the same offense as before. Actually,
Exactly.
no, it's not. Actually, no, it's not. It's not no longer Matt Canada. We got to upgrade Matt Canada, Arthur Smith. Hey, it may not be much. It may not be
I bet
best,
you
but it's still better.
Upgrade.
lose more
What
games.
was that record? What was that record last year?
Y'all won 9 or 10 games.
19 games. Okay, and who was that with? Who's that quarterback?
I bet y'all lose more games this year than you did last
Who's that
year.
quarterback? Who's that
I
quarterback?
think y'all were 9-8, literally just above 500.
Who was that quarterback?
Who is with Kenny Pickett?
Who's Kenny Pickett? Who else? Mitch Trubisky.
They don't all play.
Yeah, but they all played. All of them played. Start at least one game. But let's say all three of them quarterback. Who's the offensive coordinator? Matt Canada. Matt Canada, right? Right. So
Who was the head coach that was supposed to groom them and teach them because he learned from Ben?
Oh, it's the same. Oh, thank you, Miss Sue. It's the same. It's the same coach this year. All right, thank you. So we got Mike Tomlin, Matt Canada, Kenny Pickett, Mitchell Trubisky, Mason Rudolph. Then you've got Mike Tomlin, Arthur Smith, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields.
I didn't prove your point.
You did help me prove my point.
No.
You tell me which looks like the worst. Looks like the worst. Who has the worst?
At this point in time, I give, if we rate them on both sides on the scale of 10, I give last year's team a 4 and this year's team a 5.
Wow.
And really, the only reason
I want to give you y'all doing
well offense. I'm not gonna say team because y'all got a good defense.
and Russell Wilson's name is the only reason you have any optimism.
Exactly, his name.
Because
like I said, they went 9-8 last season. There's no reason. There's no reason other than hating. I just think that
so
there's no real other reason than hating.
We'll do NFL predictions next week. But for now, do you think they have a better quarterback situation? So that means they have to win more games this year, right?
Oh yeah, I think they will.
Do you think they'll win 10 plus games this year?
Don't lie either.
10 or more, probably.
So one more game than last year.
One more game gets you the playoffs, baby. That's all we need.
No.
All right.
Just mediocre.
Y'all gotta get that.
Okay
Y'all gotta get that. Y'all got to get that hate. I know you don't have the prestigious franchise and everything.
That's the only reason we talk about y'all.
Y'all got to quit hating on the Steelers. The Ravens fan here is a given. I expect that from him every day. Every day I wake up, I expect for this man to say something big about the Steelers. But now I got a Falcon fan right now and a Buccaneers fan who have no right to breathe anything wrong right now. Based off y'all history. Y'all got no right at all.
Guys, we're not hating on your team or the Steelers. It's not. You're in a dismal
if you're
position
talking about
at
the
best.
past, somebody is kicking your what?
If you're talking about the past, stop hating.
We're not hating, honey. We just. It's not a great
We're just
situation.
taking it season by season.
It's okay.
Right. Let's talk about elite because we love to throw around the word elite, just like GOAT. Quarterbacks in the NFL. How many are there? I'm going to go ahead and say 1.
All right. No.
Okay, so I got a question. before. So give your answer and then define how you or explain how you define elite.
All right. And I also want to say this before. Somebody had put this topic in there because I was about to put it there. From what I heard, Dan Orlovsky on ESPN said there's 9 elite QBs.
No, we're not going to talk about it.
That's what we're going to base this off of.
I put the topic in there after I watched the video. So
he needs to lose his job right now. Any one of us can replace Dan Orlovsky after that.
Hey, Stephen A. and Shannon was like, what?
And they was on it.
9 is great. That's a third of the league.
He's acting like that's crazy.
So Jamie said 1. So Jamie, what's your definition of elite?
It's hard because I don't really have a definition, but if there is somebody that I'm going to in every play, knowing that 8-9 times out of 10 it's going to go well, like your clutch player, like someone you can always count on. 8-9 times out of 10. So it's gonna be Mahomes. I really like Lamar. I think Lamar can get there. I really like Lamar. I really like Jalen Hurts, but
Hurts.
I like Hurts. I think he can be good.
Okay,
He's not close to elite. He's like
we'll have
elite
that
under
conversation
here.
I was with you until Hurts, but
I didn't say he was elite. Elite's
I
up here.
think-
Hurts is in the middle of the pack through here, the upper middle, but he's not close to here.
I think the top 5 is reserved for elite. I think there's about 5 of them.
No.
no,
You
I don't.
can't
That's
say.
many.
Hold on.
That's many.
You can't say a quarterback is only elite if he wins the Super Bowl because that's just not fair because of how big of a team sport this is.
Oh wow, somebody else is actually.
So, because in that case, you were saying there's so many quarterbacks in the history of the league that are not elite just because they didn't win, like Dan Marino and all them. So that's why I say
Well,
there's
I'm not
more.
saying that.
Huh?
I'm not
with
saying
you.
you have to win the Super Bowl.
But the only reason I said that because the only quarterback you name is the only one that's actually winning them.
Well, yeah, but
time.
that's not on my criteria.
Malin, I'm with you, but I think 5 is too much grace. I think it's 3 or 2. 3 or 2. I think.
All right. Well, so give me your 3 and why are they the only elite?
Well, Malin,
Tobias,
before you give your answer, Malin, who are your 5 that you think is elite?
All right. So obviously you got Patty, Lamar, Josh. As much as I don't like to say it, until proven otherwise, I have to. Joe and Joe Burrow.
I did forget about Joe, but I still don't know if I'm giving him a lead.
The fact that Jamie forgot about him, you should show why he's not elite.
Well, he was hurt last year, so it's pretty easy. And my 5th one, well, now that I think about it, it might be 4. But to keep the sake of the top 5. I'm gonna have to, yeah, he fits. I'm gonna go with Stafford.
The fact that you didn't say Aaron Rodgers is crazy.
Don't shake your head like that, bro. Yeah, all right, don't. Matt Stafford is an elite quarterback.
The fact that you said Stafford before A-Rod is crazy in my opinion. But
is A-Rod still elite?
No.
What was his last season? He actually played. How did he do?
He was average.
Yeah, but I said he did okay and didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, the 2 seasons before that he won MVP, but his last season that he played was average at best.
Okay. But does that ruin you? Okay, never mind.
You can take a note.
Huh?
You see
I'm right down. I'm sorry.
Like he a therapist. Sorry. So
No.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers is not elite. Okay.
I don't like how y'all did my boy Matt though. I ain't like y'all faces y'all made when I said his name.
Well, he not my boy, so I don't care.
So why do y'all not think Matthew Stafford?
I like Matthew Stafford. I think he has the benefit of being NFC, which if we're just comparing quarterbacks, it's easy to rank him in the top 5 because you're looking at who he's basically playing against mostly, which is NFC quarterbacks, and I don't think there's a lot of. To be honest, I don't think there's any elite quarterbacks in the NFC. Stafford might be the best one overall in the NFC, in my opinion. But
Best of the not good doesn't make you elite.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think Stafford gets the benefit of the doubt. When he recently won a Super Bowl and he was doing good in Detroit, even though he wasn't winning in Detroit. But the Super Bowl definitely helped him out a lot. Like a lot.
I mean, he was putting up multiple 5,000-yard seasons with just Calvin and whoever else was
but
there.
He was not winning games though.
The Super Bowl.
That's where the team thing comes in.
It's like Herbert.
The Super Bowl provided validation, but like those 5,000 seasons that Malin's talking about is what I think what is actually really also proving it right now. That's getting him in that conversation. But Super Bowl was kind of like the seal. It sealed it. Like,
and I think that's why, and mainly you just said winning a Super Bowl can't make you elite. And in my opinion, that's the only reason why you're considering Matt Stafford as elite. Because
I think he's a good quarterback.
Why you say like no?
Because I was like, are you trying to indict me on that? No, that's not my only reason.
All
I
right,
think
so
he's a really good quarterback.
Oh, my fault, my fault.
But now y'all go ahead because y'all saying it's only like 2 or 3. So I want to know y'all's criteria and ranking.
I think there's 2, and based off of 2, my criteria. You want me to say my people or like the actual
Well, you're
all right.
everybody say your next one because everybody knows Mahomes is gonna be in there for everybody.
Okay, yeah. So I'm on Mahomes and Lamar. Why I'm saying that is because I feel like to be an elite quarterback, there has to be a track record of you succeeding and winning individually. Well, what I mean by that, I mean like your stats are looking good. You're winning MVPs. You're winning Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Month. You're having these crazy, historical games. You're proving the individual things, and also, like I said with Matt Stafford, there needs to be the winning and the team aspect. That needs to translate to the team to the team result. Because if you're just putting up empty stats, you're another Melo at that point. And I mean, Melo's a kind of a unicorn.
A stray? That was a stray.
It was a stray. It was a stray, but like, I mean, you just need to be put you need to have a track record of succeeding individually, and that also needs to translate to the team, and that also needs a track record. The only 2 in the NFL right now that I think actually have that track record. Josh Allen is on the fringe there, but the thing is, Josh Allen's also hurt his team drastically. Lamar has always put his team in the best position to win. Even last year, it was more Zay Flowers than it was Lamar for losing that game. But Lamar's always done it. You can't. It was more.
Lamar plays a part in that loss.
Yeah, very much
You
so.
can't. But Lamar is also one of the reasons why they was in it. So, but that's why I'm saying Lamar and of course Patrick Mahomes right now. And I was gonna say A-Rod, but then y'all kind of convinced me otherwise. Like, yeah, he really didn't play too well. But we're talking about right now. Not what quarterbacks are just elite, but right now, the only 2 elite quarterbacks, in my opinion, are Lamar and Mr. Patrick Starr.
I'll say Mahomes, obviously. And I think Lamar is elite. That's not being biased. I think he is.
He's good.
And I will put, even though I don't like Josh Allen, I think I'll put him in there too. Because he's shown my biggest thing is consistency. And he started off bad last year. The only thing he needs to work on is them turnovers. But I think the turnovers, unfortunately, is just a part of his game. If he's not turning the ball over, then he's not playing well also. But what y'all laughing at?
It's him. I don't know. I just saw him start laughing like a minute ago. And he's just been laughing. So I've been trying to not laugh.
I'm laughing at Jamie's face. She made like faces like every single one of us talking. She's like,
if you say anything about Patrick Mahomes, she don't agree.
I said Lamar. She was like this, and then I said Patrick Mahomes. She went,
I said Patrick Mahomes.
You rolled your eyes at one of them. I don't know which one. Can't remember which one, but you went thumbs up and then went.
I know. I thumbs up because you said Patrick and Lamar, which is what I said.
Yeah, I'm not.
I rolled my eyes when Tyreek said something about Justin Herbert. I said, "Oh my gosh, don't bring his name up."
Yeah, if Justin Herbert wins a playoff game, actually,
stop.
If Justin Herbert goes far in the playoffs, I'm sorry, but I'm back on my Justin Herbert.
All right.
It's gonna be. I feel sorry for each and every single one of y'all. Gonna have to hear about him again.
Can we let Tyreek finish his thing? Because that's next topic. I've got thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, that was basically it. Mahomes for obvious reasons, and then Lamar, I think is, even though he got to play, a little bit better in his playoff games. But everybody always, for him specifically, I feel like all his playoff games are analyzed without context, while everybody else's is analyzed with context. Like Josh Allen, just Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is not elite in my book at all, because I 100% will die on this hill that if he did not win that one single game against Mahomes, he would not have any type of credit for anything.
But isn't that what you need if he is realistically the only real elite player?
Because
if you beat him in that, take that clap off the screen. If that's all you need, I mean, if that's all you do, but he's the final boss, like
Well, for one, he didn't win the Super Bowl that year, so it really doesn't matter. And two, that was also 4 years ago. So like you can only hold on to that win for so long. Like a non Super Bowl win for so long. Because if you're being honest, Jalen Hurts did the exact same thing that Joe Burrow did. Obviously, he's just in the NFC, so he didn't beat Mahomes, but he got to a Super Bowl. He had one amazing season and then fell off. And I don't think Jalen Hurts is elite at all because he's only had one good season.
No, I don't think so either. He's a one and done. He might as well be in the same category as Brock Purdy.
I mean, I think they are in the same.
I ain't gonna lie, Brock Purdy is on the outside of my little top five. He can if he wins the Super Bowl, he'll be elite.
Well, yeah, I think so too. Because at
Because
that point,
he's gotten to the same place. Well, not the same exactly, but he's gotten 2 NFC championships, a Super Bowl, and he doesn't necessarily when they do lose, he's not the main reason. Most of the time, it's because something crazy happened, or B, a team fell apart, or he himself gets injured. It's not like he's going out there and throwing like 5 picks and just losing.
Jamie, do I have time? Do I have time to say this one little thing or
You
no?
better make it snappy.
I'm gonna bring it back to what we talked about earlier with DJ and with the question that Tyreek asked about, like, or was it Malin that asked? I can't remember. I think it was one of you asked about, at what point do I think like the system, doesn't affect the quarterback? This is a prime example of it. Without this system, I don't think Brock Purdy thrives. Don't. The same system was in place at Iowa. Iowa State was a run first team. And it opened it up for him to just those little dinking dunks and his little precision passes, and it worked.
Well, he's not doing that though. Purdy's not dinking and dunking.
Thank you.
I said that's why I meant the precision passes. That's why I'm about that. Like those little play action rolls out, hits the tight end flag route or corner route, whatever you want to call it. That's it. That's his mojo. That's his sauce.
He hits a lot of deep in routes. Don't do that.
I get you. Yeah, he does. He does. But you know what the result of that is that they ain't setting up the run. The system is what it is.
As a quarterback, what else can he do better to make you like him? Like he's on
go to a different team. That's the only thing he can do. Obviously, he has to go to. I don't know.
Have they ever had? I mean, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a Brock Purdy expert. I don't watch every single game of him.
It sounds like you do,
but y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But hey, has anyone ever completely stopped the run game, quote unquote, AKA Christian McCaffrey? Has anyone done that yet? So let's stop him first, and then see what Brock Purdy's made of.
I think he has had.
I'll turn it around. I'll turn it around. When I see it, I will. I promise you, I will. I'll turn around. I'll start like, you know what? You put me wrong.
So the only way for Brock Purdy to prove he's good is for everything else around him to be bad, and then he's good.
I think so. No, not to prove he's good. Not to prove he's good, because Brock Purdy's good. I get he's good. He's good. I'm not saying he's trash at all. I never say he's trash. I compare him to Siphon Steele. Compared to that, I never say he's trash. I think in order to see if he's actually this outside the elite thing that Malin's talking about, in order to validate that, we need to see everything else around him crumble and see what he's actually made of.
I just said. So
you said. I mean, yeah, I just worded it.
So basically, you want to see him not be on the 49ers.
That's why, yeah. That's all
he can be on the 49ers, but I just need to see everything around him crumble. Like with Patrick Mahomes, it's not really. I'm trying to put apples to apples here. Just like
all right, so you can't compare other quarterbacks right now in this point in time to Patrick Mahomes. That's just, you can't compare nobody in the NBA to LeBron or back in the day to Michael Jordan. Like, we are witnessing greatness right now. So if that's all you want to see is Patrick Mahomes, and just go watch the Chiefs, because you're not gonna find it anywhere else.
Well, any good quarterback, you could look at them. Any elite quarterback in the past, Malin, they've had the same result with different ingredients. Whether they had the flour or not, whether they had the baking soda or not, the pie still came out delicious. That's what I'm saying. And I want to see Brock Purdy's pie come out good without the same ingredients that he had. Jamie got what I'm saying. She did. Y'all like that. I know y'all like that. Y'all's a good one. Y'all know y'all like that one.
You want to see Brock Purdy's what? Come out what?
That was a good
Yeah,
analogy.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
it's a good analogy.
That was a little sus, but that's okay.
You call it sus, you got a
Brock
point.
Purdy.
Yeah.
So you're
so
saying, in
Brock-
conclusion, you want Brock Purdy to either A, go to a different team, or B, lose all basically his whole team and put in the backups and him do the same thing. That's what you're asking.
Not the whole team, but he need to lose some ingredients. I need to see. I need to see. Let's not say. I'm not saying pie or cake. I want to see the dish come out good.
Besides what Patrick did last season, who do you think is a elite quarterback that's done that in recent years?
Who? Lamar Jackson. Maybe not got to the Super Bowl. I mean, he can get the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's had several different receivers, several different ingredients around. But you know what? He got 2 MVPs. He got his pie came out good.
But none of us believe Brock Purdy is Lamar Jackson.
Like,
okay, that's fine. But we all want to
crazier.
believe we all want to believe that. Well, not we all want to believe, but like there's still speculation that Brock Purdy's elite. He's elite. I'm like, whoa, pause down. So I'm comparing him to other elite quarterbacks, right? I feel like it's the only fair thing to do.
I just don't feel like you can take away what he has. Like he need. I mean, at night he need to go into his teammates' houses and break their legs so he can prove to everybody that
Why
he is
not?
a good quarterback.
Why not? Lamar,
he's going out there with what he got. You can't be mad at the GM for putting a good team around him. He playing with what he got.
I'm just saying I can't consider him elite until that happens. Brady went through it. Peyton Manning went through it. Ben went through it. Give me some other. Breeze went through it. Lamar went through it. Patrick Mahomes went through it. Matt Stafford's went through. Breeze
and Manning went through what?
Went through this whole thing having to have different ingredients and having these different team players. Peyton
Manning played with like 2 Hall of Famers. I'm pretty sure.
And you also just named all Hall of Famers.
but are they elite? They're elite though, right? And when the point of this, but we're talking about is Brock Purdy elite. So like I said before, if we're going to talk about Brock Purdy's elite, I'm going to compare him to other elite quarterbacks. I'm not going to compare him to Jalen Hurts.
If he wins the Super Bowl, we believe he's elite. We don't believe he's elite now, but if he can win a Super Bowl, he's elite because at that point he'll have been to 2 Super Bowls and an AFC Championship and then have one also. I don't
even think he has to win a Super Bowl to be proven elite. I think if he does that one thing, you can start putting him in that conversation. Just like Josh Allen, he's already more in that conversation of elite. Has won a Super Bowl yet? He's never been a Super Bowl, but yet we're talking about him, being elite.
Yeah. All right. So let's hope that Christian McCaffrey gets hurt this year so we can see if.
Yeah, I guess that's what we got to do.
All right. Let's talk about this next one, and this one's going to be quick, but man, I want to hear y'all's thoughts. Who put this topic in? First of all,
I think it was Reed.
I think what are you talking about?
The next topic, McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why did you put this in?
Give us a non-sports topic, our first non-sports topic of the year.
But how did you come up with this?
Oh, I saw it on TikTok.
Okay.
No, that man.
So the topic is, can a trip to McDonald's in any way be considered a date? I want to hear y'all first.
Well, you said you had thoughts, Jamie.
I do, but I want to hear y'all first. I want to hear the mouth of the man.
Shout out Dom Becker told me right because I told him about this topic. He's like, "Have you seen the prices of McDonald's?"
It get expensive.
Hey, for real. Hey, honestly, I think it depends.
On what?
I think it depends. So, like, who keeps going in and out?
Huh?
Y'all hear that?
No.
Nah, that's you, bro. You good?
Stay. Oh, what Steve? All
right.
Stay off the weed.
Man, get on. That ain't got nothing to do with it. So I think it depends on.
He about to spit some.
All right. I'm tripping.
Hey.
It depends on what if somehow you picked a girl and that's her favorite place to go.
That's a date, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. So like it depends. And also vice versa. It depends on why are you choosing McDonald's? What is the reason? Like if it's not her favorite restaurant, are you choosing it because you're broke? Or are you choosing it because that's what you want to eat? Or are you choosing it because that's the closest place? I think it all depends.
I'm with you. I think anything can be a date, depending on how you treat it. Like, I don't know, maybe
Anything is a strong
yeah.
word.
It
I think
depends on what it is.
well, it
I
depends on
think
what
you
it
can
is. I feel
make
like you can turn
stuff a
anything
date.
into a date. It's all about, I think what makes a date isn't the necessary like place or the, material behind it. I think it's the heart and the action, the intent behind it.
Mm.
Like if like Malin said, if I'm taking my girl out to McDonald's, her favorite place, that's a date. If I'm taking her out to McDonald's and I don't know, like maybe hey, let's say that I was broke. I least spent I scraped up all the money I had. I went to Party City and like I made a whole big deal. I put like a candle on the table and stuff, and I actually try to celebrate it. That's a date. It's the heart behind it. It's not about the material thing,
I think I
and that's where a lot
disagree.
of
I'm glad you said that because just to
we
give an
gotta hear.
example. For example, Tobias knows he knows the girl we went to high school with. Her and her, well, it's her husband now.
Don't say no
Her,
names, bro.
no. This has nothing to do with either
I
of us.
think
I'm
I
just
know. I
saying he
think I know.
knows her.
Oh, okay.
Her and her husband, ever since college, they've been going on their anniversary date at Waffle House. And like they get like people go in there
I,
and like
I
set
know you're
up
talking
stuff for
about.
them. So like when they come
Really?
in, it's like a fine dining table with like stuff around the window, but it's Waffle House. And that's their anniversary every single year. So like Tobias said, it's the meaning behind it.
Is
If
it?
it's a date or not.
Is it
I
who I think it is? Your boy?
Who?
it
I
don't
think.
matter, bro. Don't say name. I think I hear what you're saying. Tobias, I think the thing about scraping up the money and all that stuff, that I think that's a deeper conversation. If you scraping up money and all you can take her is to McDonald's, I don't think you should be going on a date at all.
Yeah, I'm about to say you shouldn't be dating. You
That's
shouldn't be
funny.
dating.
Yeah.
That's
No,
Because
for
if,
sure. You
if,
should not be
if,
dating.
if it's about the money at all, then you shouldn't be going on a date.
yeah.
Like if
I
that's
mean,
all
I
you
was just
can afford, or if that's all you can afford, or whatever the case may be, if the reason has to do with money, you should not be going on a date.
But what if she's already been your girl for a while and y'all both just going through a little thing right now? You want to take a little stress off, like let's go on a little date.
I feel like that's just y'all just going out to eat, or y'all just getting something to eat at that point. But to answer the question, I think the only way, maybe not the only way, but the way that it could be a date is if it has to have some type of sentimental value.
Right.
That's kind of what Malin was saying. If it doesn't, like say that's the place y'all met or something, or whatever the case may be, and it's like you build it up, like I guess what your friends are doing. That's the place y'all met, and I want to take us back to the place we met, type of ordeal. Like if or maybe that's where the last time she saw her grandmother or something. I don't know, some sentimental value. I think that's the only way that a McDonald's date can be a date.
It's the
I can
heart
see that.
behind
I
it.
can see that.
It's a thought that counts. The heart behind
But
it.
if everything's under control and you just for some strange reason it's like I'm gonna take this girl to McDonald's, you tripping.
Yeah. All right, Jamie. We
Yeah,
need
we need.
Well,
woman's perspective.
is it a first date ever with this person?
It could be Tobias. Don't shake your head. It could be. That's what I'm saying.
That was gonna be my next question. Can it
I
be a
don't
first?
know about that. I
But
don't know
go
about
ahead.
that.
Go ahead,
So if
Jamie.
it's a first date, I'm thinking like if we've gone through the whole get to know you nonsense, I'm probably gonna like ask about some food opinions. That's just me. And I'm gonna say that I don't have time for McDonald's slander or Subway. They both get slander for no reason. They're both pretty good, and you're lying if you say no. You're lying. Like McDonald's nuggets, good. Have you never had a fresh McDouble? Good. So this
Large fries.
hello with some sweet and sour, their ice cream when it works, good. So I'm sorry if someone says, you know what, let's go get like a freaking feast of McDonald's, and they took me to like Piedmont Park, or like if you make it, maybe let's not go to McDonald's and like sit in their dining room. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
But like, let's pick up a freaking feast of McDonald's and, like I said, go to Piedmont Park or watch a sunset, or like some of the best dates. Now, granted, we've been together for a while, but some of the best dates are when me and Elijah get a bunch of fat food and make like a fat food charcuterie board, or get the freaking 20-piece nuggets, and he gets McChickens. I'll get McDoubles. We get some fries, put it on a little wooden cutting board that we have, so charcuterie board, and then we make a little blanket for it and watch movies or something like that. That's a date. It is. I don't care that it's McDonald's. It's good. McDonald's is good.
I figured one of y'all was gonna say that, like,
That's what I'm talking about, Jamie.
I figured one of y'all was gonna say
I'll-
that, like, I was gonna
give you action
agree
for that
that if it's not the only thing, then it could be a date. But do you think that just a single trip, like if that's the only thing that y'all do, could that be a date in any way?
Yeah, I think so.
It could, but it would
stretch.
be like we could at least go on a walk or something after. Let's get McDonald's and let's go on a walk. That's a
Hmm.
date.
I feel like the best dates are when
Something else, though.
you do multiple things. So
Yeah.
it's a stop.
Just going out to eat and then taking them back, that ain't,
I could do so. It's so different though. Like if you took me to a coffee shop and then we were done, for whatever reason, that's different. Probably
I
just
like-
because it's a little more.
Ambiance.
Yes, it's just solely the fact of we're gonna hit up McDonald's and then go to the dining room. I think it depends on how well you're vibing with the person though, too.
Mhm.
Like if
I
you
think-
go and you take me to the dining room and you suck, like I'm gonna talk so much crap about this date.
Yeah.
But if you go and we just go to the McDonald's dining room and we're hitting it off and it's going really well, and maybe there's a reason that we had to go to the McDonald's, I don't know. Okay, maybe it's not what you think that your first date with someone's gonna be, but then it can end up being that memory of we're gonna go to McDonald's every anniversary because that's where our first date was.
A first.
See, that's a lot better than, a lot of TikTok and Twitter discourse about dates. Women ain't even, they turning down the nice places now. Cheesecake Factory and Sugar Shack and all that stuff. They turn them down.
Cheesecake Factory. I'm gonna say stop you right now.
That is a
Cheesecake
date,
Factory.
but that's true. They do that. They have been saying, why would you go to Cheesecake Factory? What? What do you want?
Like,
I
granted,
said,
I've
I
only
will
been
go
there
on a walk.
once, but I mean, I feel like that's the all right place to go. Like, I'm not about to take somebody I just met to Ruth Chris. Like, how do I know you were deserving of that?
Yeah, it's
You
because
don't even go to Ruth's Chris.
it's just people on the internet base their opinion off of other people on the internet.
They do.
And that's
Living at-
I
living at
almost said
age.
something, but it's just so terrible just seeing like how like a lot of people like how shallow they are as far as like wanting to spend time with people. Like you got to be at this certain place for me even to agree to go hang out with you. Like that's
And boys do not necessarily have to pay for the entire first date. It should not be expected. I would never go in thinking that I'm getting this whole entire meal for free. Does it usually happen? Yes. But am I going to be pissed off? I don't know about pissed off.
Yeah, but
Either way, though, you should not go in expecting, like,
He's
I
talking
don't
about as the girl.
yeah, maybe the first date. Okay, maybe. But as the second date, third date, we're going to split.
yeah. I was about to say second and third maybe because the first date if she offers to pay, I'm gonna feel like it ain't go well.
But what I'm saying is,
you don't want
like,
to hang with me no more.
like, I don't know. These girls, when they go on date after date after date and they're still expecting them to pay.
It's crazy
This
the
is
amount of
a
people.
partnership.
I already told them before, but I remember like I had a first one. It was somebody like in a dating app that I was, meet for the first time. And I ain't never met this person before. This person wanted to go to Atlanta Braves game for the first date.
It's crazy.
I
That's
was
a
like,
date,
oh,
and
they
that is
wanted
a
me to
first
pay
date.
their ticket. I was like, nah.
No, you're cheap for that. That is a first date.
Is
First
that
date?
cheap?
You can,
I'm
yes,
sorry,
you
I'm-
can buy the cheapest available seat 5 minutes before the game and walk around, and I'm fine with that, and that's still a date.
But the thing is,
people
I think for you, it might be good because you are actually also a baseball fan.
Mhm.
But if it's somebody that's just like regular, maybe she just likes going to games or whatever. And I feel like a first date is also supposed to be we got to get to know each other.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if I'm going to take you to a Braves game on a first date, well, for one, I wouldn't want to sit us all the way up at the nosebleeds.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, but you would walk
Exactly.
around and stand like in the standing seats, which
But
that's
it's
But
more
then-
so what Rick's first point. I didn't know this girl. Like I don't know her at all. Like why would I spend? But I'm not talking. This is not just the tickets. This is the tickets. Then also the drinks at the game. This is also the
Dinner.
The dinner. Like this is like a $300 $400 date right now. I like on somebody I'm just me. I don't even know if I like this girl. Do I want to spend $400 on her the first date? No. Like, let's just go out to a nice dinner, a nice restaurant, and just fill each other out. Maybe if it depend on it goes, the second one, hey, if it actually
Then we
goes
can
that
go
good,
to the
I
Braves
go to
game.
Braves game. Go to Braves game. But that's just my thought on that.
Also, yeah, I think if you're walking around, it's hard to get to know somebody.
With all the commotion in the crowd.
Yeah, or not hard to get to know somebody, but hard to
Jamie's
talk
like,
to
this
somebody.
is why this man
Yeah.
is single right now. Jamie's like, this is why this man is single right now.
Yeah, then Jamie just like, y'all cheat. Y'all just terrible.
Yeah, we can have more of these conversations on later episodes.
All right, real quick before we get off of it. Somebody, I'm thinking about it myself, but I don't got it all planned, like lined up ready. What would y'all what would be an ideal date for y'all? Like, what would y'all think would be like? That's why
First date.
Yeah.
I think for me, it depends on. I always try to plan. Not that I go on a bunch of first dates, but when I do, I try to plan it around what they've told me that they like. Like I always try to do dinner because dinner I think is the easiest way to just talk and get to know.
Right.
But then if we're doing something past dinner, I try to do it to something that they said they enjoy. Because I would assume I've talked to them, I've texted them or talked to them a little bit before we actually went out. So that's what I try to do. I don't make it about me.
You do
Yeah, my go-to dinner too, I ain't gonna lie.
You do dinner and then you do something social, like basically what Rick was saying. Like, give me something like social active, like whether it's top golf or maybe, I don't know, you ride a bird in Atlanta or walk the Beltline or something like that. I thought the Beltline is a really good date spot, you know. You take them to, I don't know, Pont City Market or...
June was just talking about that place. That's like the little place where it's like they got all the drinks lined up. You just walk down this little strip.
Exactly, yeah. Walk down the strip and then you get something to eat after that. You just walk on the Beltline, talk.
But at this point, though, all the single girls have been to the Beltline multiple times.
That's a typical day right now.
All the single Atlanta women have been in the Beltline 30 times, especially if they women that's gone on a bunch of dates. They've hit the Beltline multiple times already.
We're going to know who now. That's where we're going.
No, we're not.
No, we not.
Yeah. on a first date is crazy.
All right, let me pull this thing up. All right, people. Party people. We had a good podcast today. We talked about a lot of different things. All right, so just as Tyreek said, we're gonna be talking about more stuff like this. We're trying to give you What Now fans, just a taste of something different than just sports. Something that interests you, intrigue you.
And if y'all have any questions or things that you want to hear our takes on, be sure to comment.
Yeah, more fan topics.
Let us know what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Football season coming up. Cuffing season coming up.
Don't say it.
Cuffing.
The Christmas, the holidays coming up.
It's about to get cold. Oh man, golly, man. It's about to be football season, fair season,
sweater weather,
Christmas season. Oh,
yeah, this Tobias' favorite time where he wear all his Chelsea boots and.
Hey man, don't put me. Hey man,
my boy said he about to start dressing. Yeah.
All right, let me read y'all the scriptures for today, for this week, to get you started. So from Isaiah 26, verse 3 and 4, it says, "Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength." So put your hope in God, trust in God, because man gonna fail you. You ever heard what's the hymn? Leaning on the everlasting arm.
I don't know that.
Leaning. Yes.
Safe and secure.
Lean on the everlasting arms.
Also, one thing too, I've recently started doing this. To all our fans out there, especially all our Christian ones, even our non-Christian ones, before you go to bed, open your Bible and just read a random chapter. I've started doing that every night. And then that whatever chapter you choose, whatever you randomly open up and look at, read that one. and it tell you what God trying to tell you. Or not, well, let me not say that. Let me not say that. But it can help you in some things.
You know, I heard that before, and I turned and I looked, and it was like the middle of a story, so I didn't feel like that applied to me.
Maybe you just didn't understand the story well enough.
Well, it was the middle of it. I would have had to go back and start it.
You get it. Yeah.
Well, then that means
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
start
try it
preaching
again.
on here. We're gonna start preaching on here.
that means the next time. That means the next day you need to go back and start from the beginning of the story and read the whole story.
I'm gonna try it again tonight, and I'll update you.
Just
All right.
how about
I'm just gonna flip to a page and whatever it land on
I help you flip to the
Whatever
New Testament. Flip in the New Testament.
in the
The
New Testament.
Old Testament has mainly stories. The New Testament is more of the prophecies, or was that the word? The things that you
Yeah,
probably
prophecies.
New Testament is easy to read for first time readers too. I will say that much easier to read. So, but yeah, more stories. Why we give all these, these, little tidbits and words and stuff. It says the Bible says the word of God is sharper than any two-edged sword. So we're preparing y'all right now. We're giving y'all some things for life and stuff. So there you go. We'll see y'all next week. Please hit the like button, subscribe button. Keep following us. Let's let our base grow, our membership grow.
And
Until
tell
next
us
week.
what your favorite McDonald's meal is. I want to judge it.
Please. Yes.
the nuggets
Yeah.
are
Comments now.
Favorite McDonald's meal in the comments.
All right, people. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.